Hi besties, what's up? My name is Makenzie and welcome to my channel and welcome to the start of a vlog that I hope is going to be fun and successful. If it's not, I'm still going to post it. So it's a win-win situation for me, but I'm hoping that I am successful. So today we are starting a vlog in which I read 150 pages every day for a week. Yeah, I think I can do it. I want to read as much as I can before I go back to work in a few weeks. So that is why I'm deciding to do it now. It is currently May 13th. If you can see that, you probably can't, but it is May 13th and I don't think I'm going to go too into detail about the books that I'm reading in this vlog, but I might. I guess we're going to see. But I know the first book that I want to finish is not going to be in this vlog because I'm finishing out a vlog with it in it. So let me go get it and we'll hurry and talk about it. All right, so we are going to start with, I keep calling it Ashes in the Star-Cursed King. It's not. It's The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Chris Broadbent. So this is currently in my weekly reading vlog that I'm doing right now. It's probably been more like 3 weeks, but that's besides the point. So I want to give them my final thoughts of this book in that vlog, which makes me think that maybe I shouldn't give final thoughts on any of the books I read in this vlog. So we'll see though, we'll see. So I'm starting on page 148 today and we'll see how far I can get in. I'm going to be listening to the audiobook for this because I have a lot of chores to get done today. And yeah, listening to audiobooks counts as reading. If you don't agree with me, you know how to click off the video. But anyways, we can get 150 pages read today. That'd be great. Hi besties, what's up? So it is the next day. It is the 14th, and I have already failed this video. So at this point, it's a little bit past 5:30, I believe. I think it's like 5:40. And yeah, yesterday, I only managed to read 35 pages of the book that I started yesterday. So that sucks. And I wouldn't have read anything if I hadn't had to come out here with little Bean, who was just crying inconsolably. I could not get her to calm down. Neither could Steven. She was just having a bad night. So instead of both of us staying up, I decided that I should just come out here and put her in her swing and because her being in my arms, her laying on my chest, like everything that usually works wasn't working last night, which is fine. I came out here and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make some tea because my throat hurts. It's just dry, parched. This has nothing to do with the vlog partially, but anyways, sorry. If you could hear that, if you can hear the birds, one of my windows is open. You wouldn't be able to tell now, but it was raining really hard earlier and I really wanted to listen to the sound, and it wasn't like cold rain, it was warm rain, so it was fun. But anyways, I made some tea and I was like, okay, while I drink this, I'm gonna start reading. Got my little clicker Kindle thing, propped my Kindle up on whatever was sitting on the couch, don't remember what it was, and I sat and read 35 pages. Did you guys just hear my cat sneeze? That's hilarious. Probably didn't. But anyways, I started night shift last night, and since chapter 1 started on page 5, I only technically read 35 pages, even though it was 40 pages into the book. So, that kind of stings. So I only read 35 pages yesterday, which in hindsight, I guess you could say that I really shouldn't have started it on my husband's birthday, especially when I had like other prior things that I needed to do and wanted to do. But I thought that I was going to be listening to an audiobook instead of listening to Taylor Swift's new album. So there's that. But I'm still going to continue on with the vlog because, you know what, I'm just going to try to catch up on the pages. So I am now from page 40 on page 124, I believe. So I have read today, I have read, 84 pages? Read 84 pages. So ideally, this video was to get books off of my physical TBR, but I did already own Night Shift. I bought it on my Kindle a couple months ago. So you know what? It's fine. It's getting off of one of my TBRs. So, and where I bought it, even though I think I used Kindle points for it, I still bought it. It's still technically mine. I'm gonna give it to 50%, which I'm almost there. I realize now that I only had like 11 more pages to read, and then I would have been halfway done. Regardless of that, if I get to halfway and I'm still really enjoying it, which I am, then I'm probably gonna order myself a copy tonight. And Amazon says that it should get here on Thursday, so. But at this moment, I don't see it being lower than 4 stars. And I have been annotating stuff on my Kindle, so that's been fun. I have my little setup, which I should show you as soon as I get comfortable on the chair again, but yeah, I'm really liking it. So if you don't know, Night Shift follows our main character Kendall, and she works the night shift at her campus's library. And she works the night shift at her campus's library every Friday night because she's not really into partying. So she figured, why make someone else have that shift basically when she doesn't really go out and party or anything. So one night, Vincent, the star of the basketball team comes into the library and he's grumpy and he's needing like a poetry collection to use for like an essay, I guess. And one thing leads to another. She goes up and she recommends him some poetry, and yeah, like I said, one thing leads to another and they start making out. That's really all I'm gonna tell you guys about it so far, but I am thoroughly enjoying it. I think it is so good. I think it's a lot better than people have been making it out to be, and maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm not the ideal person to say this, but I am really enjoying it. And I went in with really low expectations because I've heard really bad things about it. Like, I basically just heard that it's a mediocre book at best, which I don't agree with. I really like it. I like Vincent and Kendall's, like, chemistry. I feel like they have a lot of chemistry. I like their dynamic. I like Kendall's dynamic with her two best friends. I think it's really great. I will say, almost 50% into the book, we've only had one scene of her working in the library, which, you know, I don't know. We've only had one scene of her working in the library, and we haven't had any basketball content. But we have had, like, my favorite part that I've read so far between them. I don't know if I can say, but basically, she asks him what like a muscle is on his arm, and then he starts like making his way up her arm and telling her all the muscles and stuff, because I think he's an anatomy major, question mark. He's something, I don't remember. And that kind of reminded me of Steven. When he was in nursing school, he used to do that to me. Not in the way that Vincent is doing it. Do you see that? That little tweaker took my spot. What do you have to say for yourself, sir? For babies, am I right? I'm just teasing. But anyways, that reminded me of when Steven was in nursing school and he was learning all the bones and muscles and stuff, and he would like point to the places where they would be on my arm to study, or like my leg and stuff. Obviously, I don't think it ever turned into anything, but now I maybe wish it did. Anyways, I should say that on the internet, but I'm gonna leave that in. Editing Makenzie. You're leaving it in, because I always say I'm leaving stuff in and then I cut it out. That's just how I am. That's just who I am. But anyways, I'm really enjoying it. I wanted to update you guys before I finished a book for the video. So far, I failed on the first day, but that's okay. I read 35 pages on day 1, and I've read 84 pages on day 2. So we're gonna continue on with this reading streak. But anyways, if you haven't seen, I don't know if it would be in a recent video. I don't know if I talked about it. So I've talked about all year how I'm not reading books, and even though this should really go in a weekly vlog, and I'm sure I'll talk about it, essentially I wasn't gonna rate books anymore. I don't know why. I just, at the beginning of this year, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna rate books anymore. And I had been toying with the idea of going back and rating books and stuff anyways, and then between her and the cat, I can't get into words edgewise. I hope you guys could hear her squeaking. That was cute. But anyways, one day I got on Twitter for the first time ever. I made a new account. Yeah, I'm not using that account anymore, but essentially I got onto Twitter and I see this tweet from Joe Hill. I'm sure you guys can see where this is going. But anyways, I see this tweet from Joe Hill, and it's a retweet of something that a different author had said. And I'll pop the receipts right here because he deleted it, and I can't find the original post from the original poster because that got deleted too. So anyways, basically the first person that tweeted, the first male author that tweeted, said, if you've read my book, Be a Dear, rate it on Amazon or rate it on Goodreads, like it really helps boost my numbers, which is fine. And he was really nice about it, and that's, you know, that's great. That's good for him. He was nice about it, respectful, whatever. And then Joe Hill quote tweets it and says, unless it's anything 3 stars or below, then I feel like if it's rated 3 stars, it's not worth reading, so only 4 stars and above. The audacity of rich white men. Your book has how many ratings, and you're worried about a couple 3 stars? Like, good grief. It's so freaking ridiculous. I'm like, the audacity of white men. The audacity. And like, I know, I feel like there was another author, either last year or the beginning of this year, that also did that. Was like, all books should at least be rated 3 stars because it's hard to write a book. I'm writing a book right now. In fact, I'm writing a few different books right now. And yes, it is hard. It is hard to write a book. But just because I'm writing a book doesn't mean I think, like, if I were to ever publish anything, I'm not expecting 4 and 5 stars across the board. That is ridiculous. That is a state of delusion that not even I have. And I'm pretty delusional sometimes. So the audacity of these authors who are successful, first of all, who have hundreds of thousands of Goodreads ratings, thinking that they can get on and bully readers to rate their stars above 3 stars, or their books above 3 stars on Goodreads. Is just a state of delusion that I don't think I could ever be in. Even if I was a published author. Like, honestly, no book is for everybody. And Goodreads isn't for authors. Goodreads isn't for authors. So I don't know why authors have to get on there and comment on people's posts and be like, thanks for your critiques, blah, blah, blah. Like, stay off of there. If you think you're gonna get defensive over something you love that you've worked on for years, don't forget, get on Goodreads. And if you get on Goodreads, first of all, use an anonymous account and don't comment on people's critiques of your book. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Because reading is subjective, and what I think is 5 stars, y'all may think is 1 star terrible trash, and it could be opposite. So yeah, the audacity of rich white male authors just irritates me a lot. I wonder what Stephen King had to say about that, because Joe Hill is Stephen King's son. I would have right over the head. I would have been like, you're such an idiot. What are you thinking? Anyways, all that to say, I did read one of Joe Hill's books, and it was a short story horror novella. I will link the vlog that I read it in, and I rated that bad boy 3 stars. It was, first of all, that was arguably the weakest story in that whole collection, so you know, I really am a jerk, aren't I? Anyways, that's all I had to say, and I'm gonna go update the vlog that I started yesterday that I never finished, and then I'm gonna read some more because I'm really in the mood to read right now. And I don't know, I just thought it would be funny to put this in here because yeah, I've wanted to talk about it, but I just haven't. And maybe that's a controversial thing to say, that all books shouldn't be rated 3 stars and above or whatever, but the audacity. In fact, you know what? Let me go get my phone. It should have enough charge for me to get on Goodreads really quick to see the average rating of Joe's books. I would be very interested to see, so give me 1 second. Okay, so the book that I was most interested in reading, that I'm now, after this and after my wrap up, I'm probably not going to talk about him anymore because you know what? Someone with the audacity like that does not deserve screen time on my channel. Pan back to me saying this, like, you guys clipping this and sending it to me at the end of the year saying like, Makenzie, you said, but no. His most popular book has what? Almost 130,000 reviews, and the average rating is above 4 stars. It's 4.08. Heart-shaped box by him. 138,000 reviews, basically. 3.84 stars, so almost a 4 star. Lock and Key Volume 1, 4.15 star with 97,000 raters. 20th Century Ghosts, 3.9 with 45,000 raters. Strange Weather, I've never heard of this, but almost 4 stars, 3.86 stars with 25,000 raters. And then obviously all of his other Lock and Key stuff is gonna probably be higher and higher as the series goes on. Even The Pram, which I read, which was 3 stars to me, has a 3.78 star rating, and there's only 18,000 readers on this one. But like, I just think it is so entitled and stupid. Like, A Basket Full of Heads, 4.909 stars, that only has 6,000 ratings. But like, all I'm saying is, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, imagine bitching, excuse my language, I normally don't swear on this channel, but you know, let's just go with it here. Imagine being so idiotic that you complain about ratings. Like, you almost have an average of 4 stars for all of your books. Some authors would kill for that. I'm just curious what the average rating for Bunny by Mona Awad is, because that's one of my favorite books of all time. I love it. I've read it twice, I believe. That one has a 3.52 star rating with almost 198,000 readers. So like, here's the thing, right? I'm sure Mona Awad would love to have higher than a 3.5 rating on Bunny, which, to be fair, if you write horror, especially horror like Mona Awad does, you know, you gotta pick your battles here, because although all books are subjective, horror books especially, I feel like, are subjective, like, by the way they make you feel, by the twists, by everything, like, I'm just saying, by how, like, satisfying it is to read. Like, there are a lot of, like, things that people look for in horror books that, you know, you might not look for in a rom-com, or a romantasy book, or a high fantasy novel. Like, anyways, I've rambled about this for 21 minutes, so I'm gonna let you guys go. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to me ramble, and yeah, I'll talk to you a little bit later. I swear sometimes my like little twisty things that I do with my hair clips look good, and other times it looks like I have a chicken tail on the back of my head. Anyways, today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It's been a rough Wednesday for me. Yeah, basically, baby girl has found herself getting sick, and that sucks for a multitude of reasons, obviously. First of all, she's like 6 weeks and a couple days old, so that really sucks because she shouldn't be getting sick. I don't know where it came from. I'm also getting sick. I woke up with a stuffy nose this morning, and that's kind of what she's had. My throat has been, like, it hasn't been scratchy or like, and it hasn't hurt, but it has been uncomfortable the past few days, and I think it's starting to get bad because I'm starting to cough too. And hearing a 6-week-old baby cough, it's killing me, man. It's killing me. It sounds so painful, but we're gonna get through it. She's had a rough day today. She had a rough night last night. It took me and Steven about 2 hours to get her to calm down enough to get her to go to sleep. So anyways, it's been a rough day. It was a rough night last night, but last night I somehow managed by the skin of my teeth a little bit after 12 to get my page goal. So I read 155 pages yesterday, which is good. Not ideal. I wanted to read more than that, but you know what? I started reading later in the day, so that's my bad. But then this morning I finished the last 75 or 85 pages. Is it 85? 75? Either way, I'll give you the full stats tomorrow of today because I haven't finished the day out yet. But I finished the last 75 to 85 pages of Trick Shot. Oh my gosh, no, Night Shift. Why? Please tell me I haven't been calling it Trick Shot this whole video. No, Night Shift. Good grief. And I will say, the last, like, I would say even 50 to 60 pages of the book, I was just kind of underwhelmed by. The last few chapters were literally like multiple chapters of the same sex scene. And like, I am fine with sex scenes, obviously. Like, I read like romantasy, I read romance books. I don't care about the spice. I mean, this is one of my favorite books of all time, enough said. But with that being said, I don't know. I don't think the sex scenes were written in a way that I liked, personally. I think that they just went on a little bit too long. I mean, if the same one is spanning over multiple chapters, that's a lot. And if the only reason they stopped in between the two at the end of the book was to move locations, I don't know. It was just a lot. There were still moments in those chapters that I liked, but overall, it just kind of dragged the book down for me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Because I think I said yesterday that I'd be surprised if it were under a 4-star. And I rated it 3.5 stars. Happy that I'm still getting the physical copy. I'm gonna add in all my annotations. I'm excited to reread the first, like, good majority of it. But I don't know, after the 200-page mark, I felt like the book was just dragging on a little bit, which is funny because when I talk about the next book that I started, you're gonna be like, Makenzie, that's twice as long. But anyways, after I finished that, I picked up The Graham Effect. The main reason I picked up The Graham Effect is because The Dixon Rule, which is the second book in this series, just came out, and I heard that it's fake dating, and I want to read it. So I've only read 16 pages, so I am probably in between 90 and 100 pages read for today, but that means I'm still behind, so that kind of sucks. I think what I'm probably going to do is bookmark the page I'm on. I'm also, like, currently reading a couple other things, but I think I might have to pull in the help of either a graphic novel, a manga, something like that. I did start rereading The Ancient Mage's Bride a couple months ago, I think. I think it might have been even last month. Whatever Realmathon was is when I did it. So March? Yeah, March. I started rereading it in March, so I might download that on my Kindle when I get to my parents' house and read that. If you guys are curious how I'm, like, keeping track of the pages that I'm reading, every time I start a reading session, I add a bookmark in my Kindle. Because obviously, like, it's easier in physical books because I can just add, like, a sticky tab or another bookmark, magnetic bookmark in there to keep my place where I was beforehand. But that's how I'm keeping track of the pages read on my Kindle. I've also really been trying not to stop in the middle of chapters unless I'm going to continue reading throughout the day. So, but overall, I still really enjoyed Night Shift. That's really all I have to say about that one. I am excited to get the physical copy though, so that's gonna be coming. And The Dixon Rule is also on its way too, so that's why I decided to read The Graham Effect. I'm mostly a fantasy reader, and the fact that I'm reading two, like, contemporary, two spicy romance books right in a row is kind of shocking. But I would like to maybe get 50 pages into this one and then read The Ancient Mage's Bride, but I guess we'll see what I can get done at my parents' house. And you know what, if she has a rough night, again, like tonight, and I just have to hold her and read on my Kindle until she falls asleep, then I guess I'll have a lot of reading time. So yeah, I didn't get everything done as fast as I wanted to. I think it's almost 5 o'clock now, and that's okay. It's been one of those days today, so I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of grace here, especially where I hit my page goal yesterday, and I'm halfway done with it today. Even if I listened to, like, an audiobook. Anyways, we're gonna continue on with this, and I will update you guys again tomorrow with everything I read. I hope I can stay on top of it. I hope I can hit at least the 150 pages for today, but I guess we'll see. Also, hopefully I can get some, like, annotation footage for, like, this book. I've already annotated some, like, most of the pages. It's so good to be back in this world. This book follows Gigi, and she's helping her dad, which is one of the main love interests in a previous series, with his hockey camp. Well, at least at the beginning she was. Now I don't think that that's like the main plot of the book anymore, but the first chapter made me think it was, so I guess we'll see. Let's see. Oh, 6 years ago. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not even the plot, but I'm very excited to continue on with this. I feel like I've said the same thing about 50 times, so this is gonna be a fun clip to edit. I'm not doing very good today. I don't know. Anyways. I wish you guys would have seen that. I just yeeted one of my bookmarks across the room. Anyways, I'm gonna go get baby ready to go to my parents' house, and I will talk to you guys either later tonight or tomorrow sometime. Hopefully tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'm not waiting until halfway through the day to update you guys. So, yep, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Hi besties, what's up? So it is Friday. I apologize for not updating you, but Judy called yesterday and Oakley was sad all day yesterday. She's not feeling too great. She's asleep right now, so that's the only reason I'm doing this. But yeah, taking care of her took priority. I'm not sorry about that, but I'm sorry that I couldn't find the time last night. But I was over at my parents' last night as well. So on Wednesday, I think I needed to update you guys on that. So I read 85 pages of Night Shift and 34 of The Graham Effect. I think I told you guys that. And then I read 40 pages of The Ancient Magus Bride as well. I don't remember how many pages that is, but I think that took me over I think that took me 9 pages over what I was supposed to read, I think. So that brings me up to 14 pages out of the 150 that I missed the other day. Or, oh, I guess I only needed to read 115 to catch up for Monday. I did not realize that. But anyways, then yesterday, on Thursday, I finished The Ancient Magus Bride. I had 68 pages left of that. I just continued on from where I was before I started this vlog. So I read 68 pages of that. I kept my 3-star rating, but I am gonna reread the next 2 volumes that I own on my Kindle to see how I feel about it, to see if I want to continue, because that's a long series. I think it has 20 volumes, so I don't want to like continue on with it until I know for sure. But I did like it the second time around. I think I understood it more. Maybe it's because I was paying better attention. I don't know, but yeah, I had a good time reading that. And then I read 12 pages of An Alchemist's Vow. I don't remember who that's by. Give me 1 second, sorry. Basically, it's a novella, a prequel novella, I believe, or just a regular novella in a different series. I also don't remember the series name. But let's see here. By Helen Schurer. This is the cover. You access it by signing up for her author's letter, her author newsletter. There we go. So I did that, and I believe that you get 4 or 3 like novellas. This is Legend Origins novella 1. So I'm assuming that this is either a series of novellas or it's like a series prior to the start of a different series. I don't know. Anyways, I read the first chapter of that, which was 12 pages. And then I read 42 of The Graham Effect. So that had me ending up on chapter 9, I think. Yeah, chapter 9. So I ended on page 86. I am catching up with my annotations today. So that's my plan. I'm not counting because I'm not fully rereading this to annotate it. So I'm not counting the pages that I'm catching up on, if that makes sense, as reading today, even though maybe I should, because I'm not doing too hot on reading. And then this is a little bit different. I got my copy of Night Shift yesterday and I started the annotation process, and I'm actually like rereading the chapters as I'm annotating them. So I did count the 32 pages I read last night of it. However, I won't like continue to do that. That was, well, maybe I won't. I don't know. But yeah, I was excited to start annotating. So yeah, like I said, 32 pages, not that far in. But look, I'm really happy with my annotation page so far. I don't know, I want to finish the annotation process before the vlog ends so that I can show you like the finished tabs and the finished annotation. Sorry, that window is screwing with my lighting a little bit. But anyways, I'm happy with that. I'm surprised annotating 2 books. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really happy. So today, I think I believe I've read just like 1 chapter of The Graham Effect. I think I'm on or halfway through chapter 9 because I read part of it this morning at like 3:30 while I was feeding Oakley. But other than that, I haven't really read anything besides catching up on my annotations of The Graham Effect. So I'm gonna pull out the stops here today and I'm gonna read the 6th volume of Lore Olympus. I'm sorry if you guys feel like that's a cop out. I kind of do too, but I want to catch up and maybe be a little bit ahead because I know that it takes me a lot longer to annotate while I'm reading than it does otherwise, as makes sense, you know. So I'm gonna read the 6th volume of Lore Olympus. I believe that's like 300 and something pages, if not 400. So I'm gonna read that today. I'm gonna put annotating on the back burner as soon as I get to chapter 9, Graham Effect, and then I'll take a break, read Lore Olympus, and then go back to the Graham Effect and Night Shift. Like I said, I'm not gonna like, I don't know. I guess we'll see. If I need to count it, I will, but I don't know that I will have to. I'm very excited to reread this. Maybe I should count it as, maybe I should put it back on my currently reading. I will, because yeah, like I said, I'm actually like rereading the full chapters. I'm not doing that with The Graham Effect. I don't feel like I need to, but I know that there was stuff at the beginning because I don't think I started annotating Night Shift until part of the way through it, even though it was only on my Kindle. So I want to see how I'm doing though on my reading challenge. And not that this was to catch up on my reading necessarily, but I'm only 1 book behind schedule instead of 2. So I guess that's a good thing. But anyways, I'm gonna go. We're gonna read Lore Olympus, and then I might try to also finish the novella that I started yesterday as well, because I don't know what the next 2 days other than today is going to bring reading wise for my 150 page goal. So yeah, I guess it all depends on Oakley, because if she's feeling better, I think we're gonna go to like a family reunion tomorrow. I don't know how I feel about taking her to a family reunion where she's getting over a cold, but that's just how it goes. So we're gonna see. But other than that, I will talk to y'all a little bit later today when I read Lore Olympus Volume 6, and I'm hoping that I can get some annotation stuff for you guys because I did promise that, so I want to deliver on that. But yeah, other than that, I will talk to you in a little bit with some more updates. Hopefully again today. That's the goal. Maybe before Steven gets home from the gym, if not before then. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright, hopefully I can get the power source to last long enough to finish this update. So, I read 50 more pages of The Graham Effect, like I said, and I'm literally obsessed with this. The only reason I haven't gotten further than the 190 pages is because I ran out of my highlighter, so I had to order another one. So now I have 2 more of those, and yeah, I'm very excited to continue on with this book. I'm literally obsessed with Gigi and Ryder. It's so fun. I love this book a lot. So yeah, and something just happened. I wish I was recording my reaction because I literally squealed and giggled. I was so excited, but yeah. Anyways, I think things are about to get spicy up in this, so I'm excited. I don't know what Elle Kennedy puts in her books, but it is literally pure crack for me. I think I said that in my other vlog that I started today, but yeah. I'm very excited to continue on with this. You guys will see my thoughts, probably not in the next vlog, but in the vlog after that. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. And I don't think I ended up reading anything in Serpent and the Wings of Night by Chris of Broadbent in this vlog. So I guess we won't be updating on that one. But I guess let's talk about all the books I read and my final thoughts on them. So I started The Alchemist's Vow by Helen Schurer, I think is how you say her name. I wanted to start that because I believe that's the first, like, it's a prequel novella to her main series that she's written. I wanted that background. I got like 12 pages into that, I think, so not too much, but that's okay. And then I obviously read and restarted Night Shift. These are my tabs so far. I'm only like 32 pages in. Yeah, 32 pages into this, so I didn't read a whole lot more, but this did account for most of my reading this week. 302 pages. This book is on KU if you're interested. And yeah, I did own this on Kindle, and then I really liked it. 3.5 stars. I rated it 3 stars on Goodreads. This is just proof that a 3-star book can do it for somebody, because although I don't think this was groundbreaking, and although I do have my critiques on it, like the multiple chapter long sex scenes, I will admit that I really like this book. I love Kendall, and I love Vincent. Kendall, I'm literally obsessed with Kendall. I love her. And the way that Vincent talks about Kendall in this book to her, I'm obsessed with. I love them as a couple. I will say, I did read some Goodreads reviews, and there's not like a bunch of character development. There's not, like, I feel like we don't get enough time, like, necessarily a pining. There's not a ton of pining. Like, we're almost 300 pages into this book, and the pining hasn't ended yet. Maybe that's a spoiler, but obviously not everybody should write a 500-page romance book either. So, but yeah, I really like this. It was fun, and obviously I had a lot of fun considering that I am annotating it. So, and I think I did show you guys my annotation key. If I didn't, this is a reminder to myself to put it in before this clip. And then I read the entirety of Lore Olympus Volume 6. Like I said, I believe it was around 440 pages or 450 pages. I'm not exactly sure, but I really enjoyed this one. It's like a 3.75. I will say I am going to read the next volume on Webtoon before I decide to buy it. Yeah, I'm just not, I don't know. The further we get into the series, the less I like it. I've been obsessed with the previous volumes up until like the 3rd or 4th volume, and it's slowly kind of gone downhill for me a little bit. But what keeps me coming back is like the art, Persephone, and Hades, obviously. They keep me coming back as well. So overall, in this vlog, I read 1,050 pages, and I think that's really good. I'm really happy with that. I feel like I'm missing a book somewhere in here. Maybe I'm gonna go get my phone and just make sure I didn't forget like a book that I was reading pages out of, but I don't think I did. But give me 1 second. So glad I checked on my phone because I literally finished The Ancient Mage's Bride and I forgot about it. So how many pages of that did I read? 108 pages. Yeah, I read 108 pages of that as well. So overall, I'm really happy with this week of reading. I know that I technically failed multiple times throughout the week, but I did average 150 pages, and I'm gonna be honest, and I only say this because of the stats that I see behind the scenes. I know that no one is getting to this point in the video besides my husband. I love you, Steven. I'm sure you're watching this, and if you aren't, I guess I'll never know. But yeah, love of my life. My biggest supporter. I love him a lot. So anyways, like I said, I'm very happy with this week of reading. I did give The Ancient Mage's Bride 3 stars upon reread. So overall, like I've said a million times, I'll stop beating the dead horse with this one, but I'm very happy with everything that I read. I really liked everything. There was nothing that was too low. I'm finding a new favorite book out of this, and I'm annotating another one that I really enjoyed. So overall, I would consider this a win. Thank you guys so much for watching. Obviously, if you have made it this far in the video and you've proved me wrong, leave a basketball emoji and like maybe like a hockey emoji. I don't know if they have any of those, but leave one of those or both of those down below for obviously the Graham effect and for Night Shift. And other than that, if you want to, you should hit the subscribe button because you made it this far. You've been with me through this whole journey, so thank you very much. Hit the like button if you feel like it, and if you want to be notified every time I post a video, honestly, follow me on Instagram, but also hit the notification bell on YouTube. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye, everyone.
When you're not here, the sun don't shine. When you're not near, I don't feel like I do when you're with